The end of fall is here, which means we need to make good use of what time we have left. Welcome back, everybody, to Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. So we've got our speed up, bombs cannot damage us, but our luck admittedly is not very high today, which is probably for the best, because A, we've got a festival going on, and B, we've been doing a fair bit of mining. Quite a bit, actually. And while it has been fun, it does also mean we've got plenty of iridium for right now. We've got 45 bars, 189 ore. I'm not too terribly worried about that for the time being. I think we're good, believe it or not. We don't actually have any mail today, which is weird. I'm used to saying we've got mail. But, no, we actually don't have mail. So, with that said, let's quickly move our horse on over here and do our usual farm routine, and I will see you guys whenever that is all taken care of, and we'll figure out what exactly we're doing for the day. Oh, okay. Well, this was the last thing I needed to do my routine, was the barn and the coop, but a new ostrich chick has hatched, and it's a big one. I mean, yeah, ostriches are kind of big. A name for an ostrich. A name for an ostrich. Again, I'm kind of just looking around my room for something. That'll work. So we got one. We got an ostrich. Hello, Floof. That is a good start. I was not expecting the ostrich to hatch as quickly as it had. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, I'm not going to lie. So for that to happen is very good news. Very good news indeed. So with that, we will start having eggs. And I think probably the first one I'll go ahead and sell, and any subsequent one I will probably go ahead and put in the incubator to get a second ostrich. I'm still kind of undecided, though, admittedly, on what I want to do in regards to filling out the barn and the coop of, like, what animals I would want. I think I would probably... Oh, hey. Some more dinosaur eggs for Dino Mayonnaise. Nice. I'm still very undecided. Pigs are probably my personal choice, at least for the coop. But as for the barn, admittedly, I'm not sure. Or, sorry, pigs are my choice for the barn, but as for the coop, I'm not sure. I am admittedly undecided on that. Alright. We can throw that in. The oranges. Here are all the cranberry jellies as those have finished. The cheese, mayo, cloth. I want all the corn gone. All the eggplant gone. The truffles. And I'll go ahead and throw the squid ink in there, sure. Why not? The grapes I do want to keep, as those will be used at a later date. But as of right now, no. Let's just move some stuff around here. Somewhere, yes, there it is. I'll move the fairy dust down there. And lastly, let's put that milk pail up. And there we go. So, what are we going to do for the day? It looks like the wines are still going, as they should be. Yep. One thing I do need to check on is how am I doing on my wood supply? We've got some, but not a lot, and coal is about 50, and I'm going to keep smelting those bars, so I would rather not make anything else right now if that's the case. What to do? Part of me kind of does want to go mining to get more coal, admittedly, but... because that would help with our fish smoker problem. Yeah, I am admittedly torn. Maybe we will go to the Skull Cavern even on a low-luck day, just to try to get more coal and supplies. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think that probably is our best solution for long-term. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, let's put away what we don't need here. So those... I don't think there's anything else from here, specifically. I'm going to just sell one of these things of sap, honestly. We've got plenty of it. Here... I'm just going to go ahead and eat the crab cakes now. This is just for the extra energy. There we go. That can go. This can go in here. We'll save these for the time being. Is there anything else? I don't really think so. I do need to get more wood, which means I do need to chop down some trees. I guess we could do that. Since it is a holiday, you know, it probably is better to do that, in all honesty. I'll still get the speed boost from the crab cake, so that can still come in handy. It wasn't a total loss to do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Besides, we've been doing a lot of mining. We can at least hold off for a single day, if nothing else. So I'll do that. I'll bring the coal and smoker with me, just in case we need it for anything. But for now, we're going to focus on chopping down any trees. Which does mean I am still going to go to the... there we go. I am still going to go to the desert very quickly. To go ahead and knock all those out. That was a weird little sparkly effect there. I'm not sure what that was. And I might swing by the island if we're near that area just to kind of check and see how things are going. We do also need to check the crab pots in hopes that we'll have more oysters there. It would be a big help, so fingers crossed. Yeah, some of these are starting to grow. I don't remember if there's any... Nope, there's not any up here. It's this. That's all we can grab here, but that's a decent enough amount. When it comes to the island trees, a lot of them do drop hardwood rather than regular wood, but we could still make use of that, so we might as well go ahead and grab that as well. Yeah, we should have space for all that. And we'll see if... Oh, right, the festival's being set up, so we have to ocean totem over there. Do we have an ocean totem? We could probably make one if we don't have one. Well, since we're here, let's go ahead and put all this stuff up. Oh, somebody just found a... Oh, quite a few, actually. Thank you. Another 5K right there. Right. Let's see, we've got a regular one. Yeah, we don't have an ocean one, but we can probably make that, because I think that's coral and what else? Hardwood, coral, and fiber. I'll just grab like a full stack of, or my full stacks of each of these. Oh, there it is. I was supposed to say, was that not it? I was pretty confident that was it. Just didn't see it. Yeah, that should be everything we need. Alright. We didn't even need the normal one, technically. We can use the obelisk that's on the island itself to take care of that. Just since we're already over here. There's a fair bit over here. Probably just sell all of that stuff, to be perfectly honest, but, you know, it works. The big problem is we might actually be locked out of the... Hey, there we go, we've got the remaining oysters at least. We might be locked out of Willie's because there's an event going on, even though technically he also said he was going to leave the shop unlocked. So we'll see how truthful that is once I've got all these taken care of. I don't really need any more because that was the last set of oysters, but... Oh, good. He actually does have it still available. Excellent. Yeah, sorry to make you work on a day where there's a event going on, but If it's any consolation, I also have to work. Thankfully, I don't have to work the day I'm recording this, because I'm not going to say that I needed to catch up on sleep, but I am going to say that I've slept about 30 hours in the last 2 days, and let you draw your own conclusions from that. And that is why you don't overwork your staff. Or do, and then you pay the price for it, where they're not going to be functioning at 100%, and you'd be better off just letting them take breaks. But what do I know? I'm just a human that requires sleep. The horror, I know. Let's just kind of clear this out in general, see if there's anything to grab. Besides, we also did get a note a while back saying to come check out the mushroom cave, and we are here, so after we clear all this out, we'll do just that and see exactly what's going on over there. Could be something useful, but I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. Not really, at least not for me personally. It could be useful for you, but for me, not so much. Let's get rid of all the pieces of trash in here, I guess. It's gonna be the least useful. Alright, lastly, this tree right here. Alright. Oh, we don't even get a cutscene for him. Alright, well, that goes to show you how valuable the game considers him to be. Let's toss some of this away real quick, so I have space to actually get in here. So, this guy right here. So, you got my letter, huh? Nice to meet you. I'm Fizz, JoJo Special Services Division. You haven't heard of us? That's okay, most people haven't. We're not really advertised like other JoJo products. We're more of a specialty service for elite clients. What do we do? Well, let's just say we specialize in legally complex matters. Catch my drift? But enough chit-chat, let's get to business. I've heard you're trying to achieve perfection, a noble goal, but difficult, very difficult. All that cooking, crafting, monster slaying, all those complicated friendships, I can see how stressed you are. But here's the thing, you don't need to stress another minute. We've got you covered. See these papers here? They're called perfection waivers. Each one of these beautiful pages are worth 1% towards perfection. They even got Mr. Key's signature on it, completely legit. Do I look like someone who would lie to you? Yeah. Yeah, you do. Don't answer that. Too late. Anyway, I'm selling these for a sweet, sweet price. Just $500,000 a pop, a steal. Well, no pressure. Just think about it. I'll be waiting. So yes, if you want to asterisk get 100%, you can pay $500,000 to increase that percentage counter by 1%. So you can achieve it without actually doing it, but I don't know, for me that's no fun. I would rather just actually do it the legit way. Like, if I don't get it through my own rewards, unless it gets, like, locked out by a glitch, but if I don't manage to do it myself, then that's on me. Let's see what to throw away here. I think that will work momentarily. Doesn't look like too much is done here, but that's actually probably for the best right now, because I don't have a lot of space to hold things. So ship those off. I will probably keep everything else. And I think I'll keep it on hand as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and chop down some of the trees that are over here. And I might go ahead and pick up that ginger while I'm here too, we'll see. Since we haven't been messing around on the island too much, there's a lot of forageables and stuff that are around that normally wouldn't be for the fact that we've been here a ton. Somebody I saw that did a video on, like, doing a really nice complex island farm actually used this lower area where the mussels are and put a bunch of padding down and then filled the area with kegs so that you could basically sort of do what we did with the shed, only it's, you know, out in the open, but nothing's gonna mess with it, so it was not a bad idea. I will admit, now that thought has crossed my mind about doing that at some point. But that would be in the very distant future, not right away. For one, if we're going to do it, we're going to need a lot more wood. Would be curious to see how many pieces of wood I've picked up in this file. I've definitely had files going for longer. I've had some go as, like, as far as, I think, about, oh, probably, like, summer of year 4 would be my guess. So I've never gone, like, insanely far into, like, year 9 or 10 or 11 or anything like that, but like I said, this will be my first time actually going for, like, full-on perfection. I never bothered even trying with the obelisks, not because I thought it was too hard. It was just like, it's kind of just not really a thing I'm interested in doing. Alright, there's all those spoils of war, as it were. Let's throw some of that away. We'll put those in there, too. Anything else? Those can go, I guess. And we'll put the ginger in there as well. And I think everything else I'm going to keep. But I do want to plant these if I've got any space for them. I don't, and I do not have a watering can. The only space I'm going to have is right there where I picked up the other ones. So, the rest of those will go in there for now. Oh, wait, there is one more thing I want to get rid of. That sap, I don't need that. Got too much of it as it is. Alright, we've still got a little bit of time before that whole rigmarole starts. We'll put these away for now. Those can go. I think I'm actually going to move the things that Clint has to do over here, so we get a little bit more space. Coconuts can go. How many of... Oh, yeah, about 3K for 30 of those. I guess that's not terrible. Over here, we do have enough oysters now to be able to help the raccoons, which is good. Nothing else goes here, though. That should give us a second stack of wood. Yep, that's pretty close to 2 full stacks. That's everything I need here. So, I think it's high time we give the raccoons a little bit of a hand. I don't know if this is the last thing to do or not. I could have sworn I've done this before, but now I'm not completely sure. Maybe this... I feel like I've done more than this before, but oh well. Here you go. Thanks, Bobo. Take this. The Book of Stars in the Raccoon Shop has been expanded. You found a copy of the Book of Stars. Read this to gain some experience in all skills, which I don't need because I've already maxed out all my skills. So, whoops. I wouldn't really say that's a whoops, though. Whoops, I already am far enough ahead to not need that. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a whoops. Alright, this event goes from 10 to midnight, so I've got some time to knock down some more trees here. Like I said, we are going to need the wood at some point, so you might as well grab it now. Also a chance to grab forageables. If you need any fall forageables last minute, speak now or forever hold your peace until next season. Yeah, we got plenty of time left on that speed boost. I think we're doing okay on wild plums now, though, when it comes to those forageables, because, like I said, I used so many for the plum pudding for Jazz, which did work out, because, you know, we didn't have recipes or too easy access to anything else, really, for Jazz's love list. So I'd say it was a good use, it was just, it meant that, as a result, we didn't have a lot of those left. But now, at absolute worst, I can take some of each of those and switch them into wild seeds fall, and then plant those in the island area. So we'll be okay regardless of what happens. I don't really think we have time for anything else because I don't want to miss the event. So, let's just head on in. Alright, what do you have at the shop here? Yeah, not really anything I'm interested in other than this rug. Again, I'll take a second one of these. Good evening, Delta. Once again, we've been graced with a haunted maze constructed in secret by the eccentric who lives out in the forest. We've heard it's larger this year. Good luck if you dare to venture inside. Hope Jazz is okay in there. Did you have a successful year farming, Delta? I did. I already made it through the maze. Now it's time to kick back with a pumpkin ale. Try my best to ignore the spider infestation behind me. Yeah, not a fan of them either. And watch your back, lad. Something terrible's in that maze. If it wasn't this blasted chair, I'd be running circles around everyone in that maze. Dear, can you pass the zucchini fritters, please? You enjoy those. I cannot eat those. I'm allergic to zucchini. Should make a plate of food for my husband. He's been manning the shop all night. Carving pumpkins is a talent of mine. I usually do most of the jack-o'-lanterns for everyone in town. All I ask in return is to keep the seeds. Sprinkle a little cinnamon sugar on those puppies, and you got yourself a golden snack. Sam took Vincent to the maze. I hope they're okay. Yeah, they're probably alright. Pass another bottle of pumpkin ale over here. Yep, there was the town drunk. I was in the maze for a while, but then I got hungry. My mom seems to be enjoying herself. A little too much, maybe. After I finish this food, I'm going headfirst in that maze. Are you looking forward to the things slowing down? Winter's around the corner. Yeah. Did you know a study in the journey of anthropological physiology found that the cadence, tempo, and key of music can have a measurable impact on cortisol levels? Is there vanilla ice cream to go with the blackberry cobbler? A la mode, my man. I get it. See the decorations on the house? I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like spiders either. A couple more monsters this year. Mind your distance near the cages. Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, pitiful wretch, what fetid grotto lies in your kingdom? Sometimes one must stare into the abyss to stir languid muse. These things don't look so tough. They're not, really. It's just you gotta use a bomb to make them go away permanently. I guess that's everyone down here, so up we go into the maze. And as mentioned, the layout is different. It is bigger, so it has changed. You gotta stay close to me, Jazz. Don't run off. Let's go this way. Is it this way, or maybe over here? No, I actually don't remember the layout of the maze that well, but I am going to try to talk to everybody. I'm afraid to say I'm quite puzzled on this one. Have you seen my sister? Emily, can you hear me? I see Leo over there. I was going to say, usually the question mark thing means that there's a spot somewhere you can go. Oh, you found the secret entrance too? Yeah, I did. Suffice to say, your speed buffs do not stay. I still had plenty of time left on the one that I had, and it has disappeared, sadly. This is my spot. Yeah, I hear you. Must be something here that I can't go around. Oops. Now I can get to Alex. What's up? I think I heard a girl screaming. She needs my help. That was Haley just looking for her sister, but sure. I think this is technically the right way to go. I'm trying to get to Leo, though, not to the exit. Not yet, anyway. You see the treasure chest up there. This is a maze inside of a maze. My head is spinning. Well, I managed to get to you, even if I didn't actually manage to get to you. Do we beat the maze? Where's my prize? Am I Sam? Creepy. Alright, as for how to actually succeed at the level 2 maze, or the second year maze, rather. I think what you're supposed to do... Now, you gotta see, this area is blocked off. You used to have to go back around the back half of it. But that's not there anymore, so that's not an option. I thought there was an exit right there, but maybe not. There it is, right there. Perfect. And you get a prize ticket. So, yeah, if you want the prize ticket, it's worth it. Kind of up to you, really. And then this will take you to the secret shortcut, which will get you back here. There you go. That is it for Spirit, or, like, Halloween, basically. I'm just going to call it Halloween. Spirit's Eve, but yeah, Halloween. And now we have the speed boost again. Thank heavens for that. Alright, let's put this away. I will hang on to the prize ticket. So dump these in there. Now that we have this little location, let's put a little rug down. Yeah! Fits perfectly. Excellent. Since we have the time... Where are you? Let's refill our jellies. I don't think I filled the one up here yet. I think this one is, yep, also empty. So they will be synchronized now, which is good. I mean, they'll be like 20 minutes off in game, but that's not really going to make a difference. We're fine. We got plenty of time to get this done. Wait, I see one that's not moving. There we go. Yeah, cool. That'll be a couple of extra thousand in the bank when those are done. Because I think we've got the time. Figure we'll get a little bit greedy, make some extra, another 3K or so from that. There we go. Very nice. Yep, even on a holiday, did pretty good. 60K. I will take it. I'll gladly take it. Those truffles are really helpful, though. You can see why, like, pigs, these will pay for themselves. Takes a little bit of time, but it's not too terribly bad. Keeping the cows and the goats is somewhat for the cheese, sure, but, like, more the recipes that require milk and cheese, which there are a fair bit. Callie, why? Fortunes are neutral today. Queen of Sauce. Fiddlehead risotto, fiddlehead ferns are beautiful, but actually are quite bland on their own. That's why you have to be careful attention to the spices you add. I'll be honest, it's not very easy to make a good fiddlehead risotto, but with my help, you'll have the best chance of achieving it. This is one of Kent's liked foods. Or loved foods, rather. Alright, last day of the season. First things first, let's go ahead and get our routine done, and I will see you guys when that is all taken care of. And this is what I'll be tossing away, so if anybody was wondering of like, oh man, I hope those pumpkins grow in time, yes, they did. The only thing I have put away is the Mystic Syrup, the normal quality cranberries, and the normal quality pumpkins. Everything else here that you see is all getting tossed in for a little bit of extra income. And hopefully we might be able to, if we get a good day here, be able to get back up to 500k. But that does mean I am kind of tempted to have Robin potentially do the shortcuts around the valley. Maybe we'll go check in on that. But first, let's go ahead and check the traveling merchant and see if they've got anything worthwhile for me today. The answer may not surprise you. There's a very good chance that it's a no, but yeah, you never know. Can we grab that? Thanks. What do you got? Not really anything here. We already have that furniture catalog, so there's no need to grab that again. There is something I want to check very quickly, so I am going to do a little bit of research, and after that I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Also, we have passed the 3 million mark. I just now realized that. today might be a good day to catch some walleye, because it is raining and it is fall, and obviously it's the last day of fall as well. So that might be one other thing I do, is it might be a good day for that. Coal fish smoker, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. I think otherwise we will cash in our prize tickets. See what there is for the help wanted, help requests board or whatever. Tomorrow the special orders will change, and hopefully we'll get what we're looking for there, but that will obviously be next video. And yeah, we'll go ahead and probably have Robin do that other thing, but let's go ahead and get the stuff in town knocked out first before we head up north. Let's see what else we got here. Anything? Nope. Since we didn't really have access to the town for the help wanted board yesterday, there might be something. Nope, there's not. Okay. Kind of surprised by that, but don't hate it. Good morning, Lewis. Hey, a treasure chest. Very nice. Another 5K that'll help boost us up to that 500,000, which granted is going to drop down after I, you know, buy the other thing, but it'll be worth it. Admittedly, I don't know how much it'll be worth it. I don't personally think most of the shortcuts are worth it, but there is one in particular I'd say is probably worth it. Hey, Robin, time to make a community upgrade again. Like me to add a few shortcuts around the valley? Sure, I can do that. I'll just need 300,000 G. There you go. Thank you. I should be started tomorrow. Should be finished in around 3 days. Cool. I'm just going to quickly check around for forageables here, because I'm waiting for noon to hit. That's when the walleye will show up. It'll show up from noon until basically the end of the day. So we'll put these down here. Now we are free to fish for them. I'll still be smoking any other fish that we catch. So that's why I brought these with me. And let's move these up here. Which bait do I have left? 8? Yeah, that should be enough for the time being. See how long it lasts here. And I do think, since this is going to be pretty much just the usual of fishing, smoking any non-walleye, and collecting treasure from the treasure chests for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and I will see y'all, well, yeah, once something interesting happens, pretty much. Or the end of the day, whichever it might be. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and cut back in here. Needless to say, my money count has changed because I had to put some stuff in the trash. Most of it was like actual physical trash or stone. Not anything too terribly valuable. I kept the things I felt most important, but we picked up quite a lot. As you can see, we're good on walleye at this point. We've got 11 of these high-quality ones and quite a bit of other stuff. You can see several thousand in G just from the fish alone. But I have worn out my tackle, I've worn out all my bait except for my default bait. And I even managed to pick up some challenge bait that I used for a while. That's one where if you hook a fish, you will basically get 3 fish if you can get a perfect. And every time that your the fishing bar goes outside of, or the fish goes outside of your fishing bar, it will lower by 1. So you'll get 2 and then 1. So if you're really good at getting perfects, or you're catching really easy fish, you'll be able to get 3, and potentially a redeem quality, and potentially, because of my bonus on the fishing rod, also not lose the bait, so I was able to get a very high amount of fish by doing that. I'm only going to keep the highest quality walleye. Of all the other fish and roe, I am going to go ahead and sell, so that's all gone. Selling the treasure chest, because that's literally the point of it. Everything else, I do believe I'm going to keep, except for this. This can go. And we'll move one of these into here. This is the only thing to put in there. And I think... Whoop. No, wait, there is one more thing I want to sell. The common mushrooms, I don't need those. Not in that sense, anyway. These can go I did use up a fair bit of coal, but considering the reward that we're about to get from that, I would say it's probably a fair trade, in all honesty. Put those up. The walleyes can go up. As long as we get in the door, I am happy. And we got in the door, so I'm going to consider that a win. I'm curious to see exactly how much we're going to get off of fishing from that, because that was a lot. Oh, that was weird. There was a small break there. I was trying to figure out what was going on. I would have thought actually more than that. Really? Huh. Interesting. It's been a pretty good amount of time with all that. I guess the, let's see, bullhead, largemouth is higher than that. Midnight carp would have given me an okay amount as well, but I obviously started catching those later in the day, so, oh well. Still a pretty good amount, 43,000. And with that, we have moved on to winter of year 2. I was waiting for the music to kick in. There we go. So, alright, this is, at least in terms of getting our evaluation, this is our last month left before the eval happens. And I might go over all of the requirements for that at the start of the next video. But know that we're basically good. We're pretty much guaranteed to get it. The only thing we haven't done is one thing that I'm going to probably do sometime this month, question mark, or season, whichever you want to call it. Not really sure yet, but it's a lot of things like getting your skills maxed out, having friendship with people, and now we get to see where Leah will... Oh, he doesn't actually have a new outfit. Interesting. Does Kent? Where is Kent? Yeah, he does. So it's things like that, having your animal at max friendship, making a certain amount of money, that type of thing. So we will see all that pretty soon. So I'll probably talk about that next episode, or at the very least when we get to a point in winter where there's not much going on. Until then, thank you all for watching it, and I will see you guys next time for the start of winter, year 2. Later.